Welcome back to North of the Broad. I'm your host, Karen Wyman, coming to you from Vaden of Beaufort. I'm joined this afternoon by Rachel Simpkins, Director of Community Relations for the Summit Place here in Beaufort. Welcome.
Thank you.
So glad that you're here this afternoon. I know you have a lot of information that you want to share with viewers,
yes,
particularly about Summit and some of the differences between the levels of care that are out there available to people in our community. So first of all, what makes Summit Place different from some of the other assisted living facilities in our community?
All right. First of all, we have two sides to our community. We have assisted living side, and we also have our memory care side, and we call that Bridge to Rediscovery. And it is specialized programming and activities for people with dementia and Alzheimer's. And so the care is very different on both sides. So one of the good things about our community is that if someone is in the early stages of dementia and comes to live with us in assisted living, and then they have a decline and they need more care and a better programming fit for their disease process, they can move over to our memory care side and get all that and never have to leave the grounds, and still have the same food that they're accustomed to. Some of the same caregivers are, still.
They're not changing their world
Right.
necessarily, making a transition to a different place with some familiarity.
Right. That's right. And also, it's really great when you have couples that move into our community and one needs memory care and one does not. They can still live in the same community and have two different types of care and still be together, still see one another, and we have a lot of that.
Right.
So.
And obviously that's important for anybody regardless of what stage you may be at, whether you're suffering from dementia or early Alzheimer's, to have somebody that's there, cares about you and loves you,
That's
certainly
right.
most important.
That's right.
Wow. I know there's probably often a lot of confusion for people knowing the difference between an assisted living community and a skilled nursing facility. Can you take a couple of minutes to educate our viewers and the population about what the differences are?
Yes, ma'am. A lot of people come, looking for a nursing home for mom, and so we have to. We spend a lot of time educating. So, and I just certainly don't mind doing that. But now that we have this time to talk publicly, the biggest difference is in an assisted living community, we're there to attend to their daily living needs.
ADLs, right?
Yep, the ADLs. I didn't know if you would know what that is, so I didn't say that word, but yes, ADLs. So assistance with dressing, bathing, meal prep. Well, we prepare the meals for them, and they come to the dining room and eat, like a restaurant. So cleaning, house cleaning, and just taking off a lot of the, things that when you're at home, you're paying all the bills to all these different places, and that starts to get
cumbersome.
Yeah, so we take all that and just put it into one. So that's assisted living. Skilled nursing would be, obviously, just like it sounds, more skilled need, catheters, wounds, sliding scale insulin needs,
People
medical,
who have more
medical, right.
defined
Right.
medical needs would need a higher level of attention.
Right, and although we do have a nurse at our community, she just is more overseeing everything as a whole, medications, overseeing our med techs, giving the medications, which is all by doctor's order. And then if she sees a little change or an issue, she can call the family or reach out to the physician and say, I've noticed a change in Mr. and Miss So-and-so,
Right.
and we need to have this addressed. And so it's just helping to manage everything. Again, the daily
Right.
living.
Right.
So if they do need skilled nursing, they would, we partner with communities like NHC, Bayview, and get them that nursing level
Get them nursing level care that they need.
and help
right.
them to make that transition.
So anybody who, may be of the generation who currently has parents who may be looking to move into assisted living facility, currently you have how many residents in your community?
I have about 60, and that's assisted living and memory care combined.
And the maximum number of people that you could serve in your community is about?
About 85.
Okay, so great. So there's room there if somebody right now is looking for a place for a loved one that may need that level of care, who's sort of gotten to the point where they can no longer take care of all those activities of daily living like we talked
Yes.
about for themselves. And
That's
they
right.
what would be the best way for someone to reach you, Rachel?
They just call the community directly. I'm sure our number's on the screen. Reach out to me by email. 5 Star Senior Living is who owns us, and also Morningside, another assisted living community in the area. You can call, you can find us through there. You can like live web chat, send me an email, get all the information you want, but you can simply stop by. Just come into the community anytime. We always have a manager on duty if I'm not there to help. But just take a tour, ask all the questions, you know.
Find some information, at least be prepared. So if there's somebody who's sort of going that way in their life, knowing that what the resources are available to help them.
Right, and even if you don't need it right this moment, it's always good to research and find out what you need, you know, to come into assisted living. People think, you know, you just come in and you move in, well, there's paperwork and there's, you know, assessments and things that we have to do. But also to educate yourself about the differences between the communities in the area, and one might appeal to you more than the other. I mean, I think one great thing about our community is we are on the Battery Creek, so we have a nice little porch out there. Folks who've been accustomed to living on the water all their whole life love that because they can go and sit on our porch. Other communities don't have that. We have a bigger space, a very spread out community. A lot of people like that feel.
Sounds lovely.
It is lovely.
Sounds like I'd like to meet.
I like to go there. I go there every day and I love it.
So glad to have you as a guest today on the show and share all the wonderful information about Summit Place of Beaufort.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And that wraps up this edition of North of the Broad. Hope to see you next time.